Hi, welcome to Astrology Numerology Now. And right now we're having our Master Astrologer and Numerology series. This is a continuation of the Master Astrologer and Numerologist series. And joining me for this special edition of the Master Astrologer and Numerologist series is astrologer extraordinaire Diana Brownstone. Hi, Diana. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Diana, you have an amazing career as an astrologer. We're going to talk a little bit about Diana the astrologer and Diana the actress, if you don't mind, because you're an incredible actress. But let's start off with astrology. How did you get started in astrology?
I was interested in astrology probably from the day I was born.
Okay.
I loved looking up at the stars and drawing the symbols of the zodiac, the symbols of the planets, and as I became a teenager, I went to the library and started calculating charts by hand for my family.
By the library, calculating charts by hand?
Yes. Yeah, we didn't have software. So,
exactly.
So you had to do all the math yourself. So
right,
calculating
that's right.
the house cusps and the planets' positions. And as I did that for my family and watched as events transpired that I was forecasting for them, as I predicted they would, I got a lot of faith in what I was doing and just continued learning and studying and reading for people. And the more and more charts I did, the more secure I became in what I was doing until here we are today.
Venus retrograde.
Yes.
Could you elaborate a little bit about Venus retrograde?
Well, Venus has to do with your love life, your social connections, and when Venus goes retrograde, you tend to review the relationships in your life. People tend to come back into your life, past relationships, and with Scorpio, it can be the deeper side, the intense connections you've had with people. They come up for review and for reassessment. Sometimes you find things out about people that you didn't know before while Venus is retrograde. Sometimes people that you are just meeting. It's usually a time when you should not get involved initially with people. The rule is don't sleep with someone for the first time on a Venus retrograde.
Hi, Christine. Say hello to Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Christine.
What's your birthday?
It's July 18th, 1969.
July 18th, 1969. Now, you were born 2 days before man went to the moon the first time.
That's correct.
July 18th, 1969. Now, we're both pulling up your astrology charts now while Diana is doing, I'm handling the numerology for the night. Diana's handling astrology. Now, you're born July 18th. Now, you're a number 9 Cancer person. You need to do a lot of traveling.
I love travel.
Staying in one, yeah, that's the 9 that I'm looking at in your chart. 9 is the number of travels. It's related to the sign of Sagittarius. So traveling is definitely your thing. But one thing about you, you're very picky. You have the moon in the sign of Virgo. You're extremely picky, you like things your way. You're very critical of people. Am I right?
You're right on the money.
You're critical, so you need to pull back on that a little bit. Diana, are you ready for her?
I need to get your time of birth. Do you have that?
12:24 p.m.
And where?
Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Houston, Texas.
All right.
Now, when it says that you're a Cancer like the caller, or a Gemini like myself, or Scorpio like Diana, again, that's only one part of you. You have to take all the planets into consideration to determine your astrological profile. Diana, are you ready?
Yes. Actually, she's got a South Node Pluto conjunction. The South Node carries all your past history, the DNA of your life and your family. And when you've got Pluto with that, Pluto is the regenerative planet. It brings everything up. So you have a lot of your family history and their psychological habits to deal with. Do you find that your family just kind of swarms around you and overwhelms you with information and their issues?
What's her rising sign, Diana?
Libra, actually.
Libra.
She's got Saturn going over her ascendant.
Right. What degree is her Libra rising?
1027.
1027.
So right now.
So the next 2 years is going to be sort of kind of very important for her.
Right.
You may want to spend a lot of time alone being by yourself. Have you thought about that?
Yes, a lot of reflection.
Yeah, a lot of reflection. Saturn is crossing over, as Diana said, into your solar first house. And through my experience, Diana, when people have Saturn, I remember when I had Saturn crossing over into my Gemini rising, I didn't want to be bothered with anybody.
Yeah, you become very self-absorbed about your look, about really making something of yourself. You want to really dig in and recreate yourself. However you set yourself up during the next couple of years is going to carry over for this whole 29, 30-year Saturn cycle. So you get to really define yourself on your own terms now. So it's very crucial that you do take this time to really be selfish.
The age of Aquarius is upon us.
Right.
Why is it that people, in your opinion, need astrology now more than ever?
I think now it's because of what's really happening in our world. We have the Grand Cross, the Grand Cardinal Cross on the world axis, so I think so much is happening. I think people are coming to heightened awareness of what is going on around them, the governing bodies on the planet. I just think people need something to synthesize and guide them and advise them in a way that they can have some sort of idea of time frame of when certain periods are beginning and ending, and to understand where their position in the cosmos is.
Now you work with astrologer out of Europe.
Yes,
What's his name?
Per Henrik Gulfoss.
Could you tell us about your work with him?
Sure. Per Henrik is from Norway, and I met him when he came here to do some lectures in New York. And he had written a book, Spiritual Astrology. Well, he's written a lot of books. He's actually well known throughout Scandinavia and Europe. He's quite known for not only astrology books, but he's written children's books as well, and tarot. And he brought just a paperback copy of his Spiritual Astrology that he translated into English. And it was something that we don't have here so much of the spiritual side, and how astrology is not just about predicting and figuring out when things are going to happen. It's more the nature of why you're here, and it really informs people more.
Explain what you mean by spiritual astrology.
Spiritual astrology, as Per Henrik does it, is more of your essence and what you're here to do, and it's a guide of how the energy flows between you and other people, and how your energy comes forth. For instance, the cardinal signs, he describes them as the ebb and flow of pushing out, the assertiveness, and then needing to recede. So he describes the fixed signs as energy transformation chambers, whereas most people see the fixed signs as stubborn and holding.
Right, the fixed signs being Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo.
So he sees those signs as not just being fixed and stubborn, but the purpose is to hold something for a period so that you can transform it and then release it again. Those signs get stuck when they just hold on to things and don't really change them and transform them and release them again. So he has a whole methodology of describing the elements, all the signs. His book is terrific. I helped him, just edited through some of his English language, the grammar, and submitted it to Llewellyn, and we got it published here in 2008.
Wow.
So I'm working with him on his next couple of books, and the next one is going to be Star Sign, which was the second bestseller to Linda Goodman's Sun Sign over in Europe. So he's translated it, and so I'm about to get that out there.
If there's one person, living or dead, that you can have dinner with, who would it be?
Interesting. You know who I probably want to be? Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey.
Because she knows
and she's
everybody.
An Aquarius.
She's an Aquarius. She knows everybody. But I would be curious to also know how much she actually knows about what's going on behind the scenes, because everybody who's that famous is kind of linked into the network, so to speak. And I would be curious to know how much she really knows about the matrix that she's a part of.
Now, Oprah, if you're watching, and if you need a great astrologer, here's your girl right here, Diana Brownstone. Diana, thank you for being a part of the Master Astrologer Numerologist series, and you are a master astrologer.
Thank you.
And a beautiful one, too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. This is Z Starman for Astrology Numerology Now. We'll see you next time.
Good.